Hi, I'm Carmen. I'm a teacher, a fellow ADHDer, and a certified life coach. And I started this podcast with the intention of giving ADHDers everywhere a sense of understanding of this super complex neurodevelopmental disorder and to create a fabulous and safe place to share the struggles, the wins, and the newest researched strategies to help you be the you that you've always dreamed to be. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, how are you? I'm super glad that you decided to press play on today's episode. It's Friday by me, so I decided on a fun Friday topic, which would be 10 tips for living as an adult with ADHD. So today, I just wanted to go over some tips or quote-unquote hacks, I guess you could say, for ADHD because let's be real, a lot of us struggle with so many things that accommodations are easier to put into place because these expert given tips I have found in Doctor's Attitude magazine from my own coach, my own experiences, they won't cure you, just like nothing will cure you, but they can help immensely, and I'm proof. So the tips I want to share with you today, because it's fun Friday, we're kind of freely going along here. They're not really in any order. They're scattered along all different areas of executive functioning, and they're just different tips that worked for me that I have gathered from different areas in my life. I also want to preface this list with stating that if and when you need to use these strategies, please do not think that that means that there's something wrong with you. Please know that these tips and strategies, they level the playing field, or they help to level the playing field between typically developing brains and our neurodiverse brains. Science backs it up that our brains are different. They're wired differently, they're shaped differently. The sizes of different parts of our brains are smaller. Therefore, they don't work as well. And one of the big overarching tips that I want to give first is, just as these mean nothing's necessarily wrong with you, these also alone will not help you if you're not first self-aware. If you don't know that you actually have ADHD and that you're being treated for it. Because these alone, they may help you with day-to-day activities, but cognitive behavioral therapy, consultations with doctors, those always come first as they are accessible to you. All right, so let's dig into the juicy stuff, right? The actual tips. So the first tip is one I started using before I even read about it, because I really liked it, and it's buy bright and shiny objects. So your keys, your wallet, for me, pens, because I lose them, keychains, hooks, your phone case, make sure it's mine is sparkly. I have a shiny little case for my money because I don't have a wallet. I have a backpack type thing. Also, keys can be made into shiny objects. Usually, if you have a key copier place, in a Walmart, if there's one of those machines, they can usually give it to you. Mine says the word home on it, my home key. And then I have another key that's silver that I know is for my classroom. Those are the two keys that I have. So just avoid black items. They tend to blend in with things and they're easily lost. The next tip is more in that self-awareness area that I referred to earlier, and it is know what you will forget. So it has to do with really knowing yourself. Personally, I use this when someone tells me their name. I let them know that I might not remember their name, but that it's never personal. And I always let them know, hey, I'm always going to remember your face, that I met you, but I might not remember your name. I also use this for items like chargers, sunglasses, water bottles, etc. Things I know I'm going to forget, might run out of the house without. I buy two. one for home and one for travel and or work. Sometimes with things like chargers, for example, I have 4. One in my car, one in my room, one at work, and one downstairs in my work space at home. So the next one is a complex and simple one all at the same time. Gotta love it. Minimize your amount of stuff. I know. Some of you are like, oh, that's easy. But a majority of people with ADHD have an accumulated amount of stuff due to impulsivity, poor spending habits, and thinking, I may use this someday when keeping stuff. So try being just a little more minimal so you have less stuff to organize. This is something I started practicing maybe about a year ago, and it's been going great. I am almost, not necessarily there yet, almost to minimalist-ish status, and it's definitely done wonders for me. So be redundant is my next one, and to make it stick, I kind of want to repeat it. Be redundant. Have 3 alarms. Multiple written reminders. Rewrite things you hear. If you're on the phone and somebody gives you a number, please write it down. If you're on the phone and someone tells you their name, please write it down. You're way more likely to remember the thing you write down anyway, and or not lose it, because you've written it down and you have it in 3 different spots. You're less likely to lose it, and more likely to use it. My next one is something I've newly found, which is get community. Whatever that looks like for you. For me, it was finding Focused, a group coaching program. But get around or be in touch with other people who have ADHD, who truly understand what it's like to have and live with each and every day, because it's a very freeing thing to do. It feels like a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose. It will change your life. It will change your life. So we're going to take a quick break for an ad. Are you an adult with ADHD who is looking for a program or community to become a part of? Well, I have the answer. Visit ihaveadhd.com/focused and join the Focused program. If you want my link to get some money off, let me know. It has changed my life. Let me know if you want my coupon code for $50 off your membership to Focused, the program for ADHD adults, led by Kristen Carter. My 6th tip is limiting the amount of work you do or plan to do in the day, as much as you possibly can. Decide what needs to be done by you, what can be delegated, and what can be done at a later date. This is super important because of the time blindness that we have. If your time blocker is full, then please don't judge yourself if you don't get it all done or all done in the way you want it all in that day. Try to plan breaks. Try to plan in time that you get off track, because inevitably we will get off track. My next tip is another one of my personal favorites, which is set up for the next day the night before. For example, I work out, journal, eat, shower, and get ready for work, which I have to leave the house by 8 o'clock in the morning for. So I wake up around 5 a.m., first of all, to give myself optimal amount of time. And I also set myself up by sleeping in my workout clothes, by setting out the clothes that I need for the next day, where I get dressed at, by setting out the jewelry and makeup that goes along with it, because if you're like me, you have 17 different palettes of eyeshadow, so I pull out the one that I'm going to need the next day, the night before. I also make sure my lunch is ready to go and that there's a note on the counter reminding me to grab it. I put my various vitamins, supplements, and meds into little daily containers for each day so I can look back at it all day knowing what I have taken and not taken. Because people with ADHD are, we tend to forget those details. Did I take my medication? Did I take my vitamins? All I have to do is peek in my purse and look at the bright little box in there. And if it's gone, then I took it. If it's not, well, there it is. Then there are endless ways, literally, to set yourself up the night before. Try a few and seriously see what works best for you. Your mornings will go a lot more smoothly. My 8th tip is simple and yummy. Eat a little bit of dark chocolate every day. It actually does wonders for anyone's brain, not just somebody with ADHD, so pass it on. Eat a little dark chocolate every day. It does wonders for your brain, and it's delicious. My next tip is drink more water and move your body. I know, it's a 2-in-1 because self-care is hard with ADHD, but a body and brain in motion stay in motion. And we forget about water. We forget to drink it. Our brains and bodies are made up of water, so just try to drink more of it. Our brains and bodies function better when we've started moving them in the morning and when we drink more water. It helps more than you think. My last tip is one that I hope you'll thank me for because I've noticed my piles go down as I've used it daily, and it's this. If a task takes literally 2 to 3 minutes, for example, taking out the trash, hanging up your jacket or an umbrella, throwing in a load of laundry, starting a load of dishes, just do it right then and there. It's literally one less thing for you to put on your to-do list, or you could put it on and cross it off if that gives you a little dopamine hit. Or it's one less thing that just mulls about in your brain as something that you need to do. Oh yeah, the trash needs to be taken out. Oh yeah, I have to do the dishes. Oh yeah, I have to throw that laundry in. If you just do it in that moment, it's done. Move on to the next step. I mean, I know with laundry, there's a couple more steps there. Please don't leave it in the washer, but it gets it started. So it's much more likely to get finished before the dirty laundry is piling up. Friends, I really hope that you enjoyed this little Fun Friday episode as much as I did writing and recording it. And I hope you'll put some of these strategies in place. One of the strategies you could put in place is hitting the subscribe, follow, or whatever button it is on your phone to continue listening to this podcast if you're enjoying it so far. Until next time, stay authentic, friends.